A defining feature of a place can be the stories it holds. This is no different for northern Nevada and the Truckee River watershed. From the mountain peaks of Lake Tahoe to the desert land surrounding Pyramid Lake, the watershed holds rich cultural tales that bring forth a new life and culture within the Reno area. Of the two lakes, the upstream Lake Tahoe holds the most potential as a supernatural tourist attraction. Sitting approximately 6,225 feet above sea level, it is considered to be one of the most beautiful lakes in the world, known for its deep blue color. However, it also holds many Native American tales of its origins and more. The tale of Tahoe's origins begins long ago when spirits still walked the earth. A young Indian man lived alone in the meadows just below Glenbrook. Unfortunately, he was constantly tormented by the great dark spirit, the incarnate of all things evil within the world. Upon seeing his misfortune, a great light spirit gifted the man a magic tree branch that would conjure water wherever the leaves fell. "Take this," she said, "for evil cannot cross pure water. He will be forced to go around." The Indian took off, and thus the chase began. As the evil one approached, the man threw down a piece of the branch. Much to his delight, a small body of water appeared. Eventually, the spirit drew near once again, and in his haste, the Indian man accidentally dropped the entire branch. A large, deep blue lake appeared and would eventually become known as Lake Tahoe. The Indian man continued running until he eventually settled down on the other side of the lake. Tahoe's origin story is derived from the Paiute people, but it is the Washoe who hold the tale of the lake's naming and possible background for the myth of the Tahoe Tessie and other Nevada lake monsters. The story of Tahoe's naming begins with a large great beast known as the Onk. The Onk was said to be a large bird-like creature with surprisingly human characteristics, such as a lovely face. According to legend, the creature guarded its nest at the bottom of the lake while also scanning for human flesh to devour. As the legend goes, the Washoe chief once had a beautiful young daughter named Nona, who was soon to be wed to whomever her father declared to be the greatest warrior in the village. However, unbeknownst to her father, the girl was already in love with a young brave who had yet to participate in any major battles. Distraught at the fact that he'd never be chosen to wed the sweet Nona, the brave began to pray to the Great Spirit, the Washoe people's god-figure. As the young boy continued to pray, the fearsome Ong rose from the depths of the lake. It was then that the boy knew what he had to do in order to win his lover's hand. The young brave quickly began running about to catch the attention of the great beast. As soon as he was swept up into the air, the boy began to lace their feet together using a buckskin rope, so that when the Ong attempted to drop him into the underwater nest, the bird found that it could not free himself from the brave. The two began to engage in a swift aerial battle. Each time the bird would peck at the brave and attempt to shake him from its feet, the boy would throw a handful of poison arrows into the mouth of the great Ong. As the battle raged on, the boy and the bird disappeared over the horizon and vanished from the eyes of the tribe. That evening, the men of the tribe recited their tales of heroism around a fire in an attempt to woo the chief and his daughter, but the girl's mind was elsewhere. Questioning why the Ong did not drop the brave, she set sail into the lake, vowing to either find her lost lover or to join him in death. The following morning, the tribe was in a frenzy upon discovering Nana's disappearance. They all searched frantically until one warrior noticed a strange object heading towards the shore. Upon closer inspection, he realized that it was the deceased corpse of the great Ong with its wings strewn up as a sail. Riding atop the great beast were Nana and her brave. When they reached the land, they were met with great cheers of heroism, claiming that the young boy should be wed to the chief's daughter. In honor of the boy's bravery, the chief decided that the lake should forever carry his name, the name of Tahoe. Located at the opposite end of the watershed from Tahoe is Pyramid Lake. Though not as picture-perfect as Tahoe, Pyramid is said to carry the spirits of demonic babies that drown countless victims in the lake. While many origin stories exist for the children, the Paiute story of a young mermaid is perhaps the most enthralling. The story begins with a Paiute family vacation to the California coast. One of the young sons was contemplating his loneliness when a beautiful woman with a shimmering tail appeared before him. The young man fell in love instantly with the mermaid and decided to bring her home with him to his tribe. Upon seeing his lady of the lake, the tribe instantly shunned the girl and banished her from the village. Vanishing into the depths of Pyramid Lake, the girl swore revenge on anyone who dare came close to the water's edge. Not long after, 2 young women came to the lake's shore, the youngest with a child. Sensing the young babe, the mermaid sent forth a serpent to consume the child and take on its form. When the mother went to feed her baby later that evening, the now demonic spirit began to devour her. After much struggle to remove the child, a medicine man was called forth to help alleviate the situation. The medicine man struck a demonic deal with the child by allowing it to stay within the lake, as long as he released the mother from his grasp. The baby agreed and returned to the lake, where it continues to cause the countless deaths of anyone who dares to try and swim within Pyramid Lake. The countless myths and legends surrounding the watershed, although ridiculous at times, contribute greatly to the cultural value of Reno. This rich history transforms Reno from a string of cheap motels into a diverse area with a deep historical connection. It is not the blinking neon lights that define the watershed, but the people and their stories.